Welcome to the Metronome Madness League. It's the Sassy Sylveons versus the Flaming Freakshows in tonight's matchup. This is match number 2, of course, for these two teams. The ante out for the Sylveons, while Dragapult comes out onto the field for the Freakshows. Dragapult gonna start things off for us. We're down for an exciting match. There goes the Skitter Smack. From the Dragapult, not very effective, doesn't do a whole lot. The ante can take that easily, and so now it's on the attack. This time it tries to go for a seismic toss. However, that won't work, of course, because Dragapult is a ghost type. Talk about it all the time, those ghost and steel types, you gotta watch out for. There goes the Blaze Kick, another not very effective move coming from the Freakshows, doing just a little bit of damage. Diancie now going for the Whirlwind, not liking its opponent. It's gonna switch it out. I don't know if that's good for the Sylveons or the Freakshows. Neither team really did that much damage, but they bring out the Celebi. Now it's a mythical Pokemon battle as Celebi starts things off for the Freakshows, and it's gonna go for an Aqua Jet. There goes a super effective move. Aqua Jet doing a decent amount. Diancie needs to retaliate. Maybe it can use a fire type move. We'll see. No, it goes for Pin Missile. Pin Missile, of course, is 4 times effective. It is. It's Psychic Grass, isn't it? Yeah, 4 times effective. That's the move to use. So that was a good turn by the Sylveons, and it takes the Celebi out immediately by hitting 4 times, was it? Yeah, 4 times. So you don't expect to see Pin Missile do that much damage generally in these battles, but you got to remember Celebi, yeah, being a Psychic and Grass-type Pokemon, it was weak against Bug. And there it goes. It was taken out immediately, forcing the Freakshows back out to their Dragapult. So you got to look at that turn of events that Diancie uses Whirlwind to force out the Celebi and then immediately drops it. And that was excellent strategy by the Sylveons. And here we go. The electric terrain is set up now. If anyone had any sleep strategies, that's not going to work out. Here comes that Diancie now. And it's going to go for a Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf, of course, resisted by the Dragon type, not doing a lot. And you have to imagine that's why they swapped this Dragapult out in the first place. Because they didn't want to face it. But they've got to take it out eventually. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do hit that subscribe button so you can catch more exciting battles. Here comes Diancie. It's going to, its special attack was raised by the Flatter, but of course now it is confused, and it does hit itself. It would have done more damage if it raised its attack stat, but it didn't, making that move pointless. Here we go. Now Dragapult is going to go for a Rock Blast. Of course, not very effective, and it misses. Diancie narrowly avoiding the attack. It hits itself twice, though, making me eat my words about Flatter being useless. And there we go. Dragapult down for the Avalanche. Now that's a good move to use. That Avalanche doing a lot of damage. Diancie now in the red, still confused. It's the 3rd term, and it hits itself for the 3rd time. Oh my gosh, the confusion definitely helped the Freakshows out there. And it looks like the Diancie's about to go down. Here comes Dragapult again. And it goes for a Metal Claw. That's 4 times effective. And you gotta say it, it's gonna go down. There it is. Diancie's done. Dragapult gets the attack boost. The electric terrain is going to end there, and so the Sylveons are down to their 2nd Pokemon. They lost the momentum they gained from taking out the Celebi. Now they have their Palkia out on the field. Dragapult with barely any damage. Only downside is it's used several Metronomes. And here we go. There goes the Dragon's Breath, a super effective move. Freakshows really knowing how to play here tonight. That's going to do a lot of damage. Palkia with about 1/3 of its HP taken, and it gets the paralysis. The RNG is in the favor of the Freakshows. There we go. There goes the Dream Eater. Doesn't affect Dragapult, of course. It is not sleeping. And Dragapult gets a free turn. There it goes. It goes for Focus Energy, trying to get some more crits. And it can. Not sure how much Metronome it has left, but maybe those last few hits would do even more damage now. The Palkia is going to go for a taunt. Interesting taunt, of course, gonna make the Dragapult struggle because it can't use Metronome. So it forced the struggle early, even though that struggle is still doing a lot of damage. It might actually take out the Palkia. Palkia paralyzed, giving Dragapult just another turn. It's gonna struggle again. Will it take out the Palkia before? Oh my god, a critical hit. There it goes. The focus energy worked out for it. Palkia on 9 HP. Dragapult is going to knock the Palkia out before it goes down the struggle. There goes a Screech. Dragapult's stats cannot drop due to its ability. So wasted turn. Dragapult now with another struggle. And that is going to knock out the Palkia. What a way to play for the Freakshows. That was excellent. Dragapult finally in the red and is no longer under the taunt, so it will be able to use Metronome in the next few attacks as the Sylveons go for their Mew. So Mew's out on the field for it. Dragapult, still the fastest. It's going to go for a Hurricane. Now that's a strong move. And can get a crit. That does a good amount of damage. It was a critical hit. Mew looking to retaliate now. It's going to go ahead for a Gyro Ball. It is slower, but I mean, really, how much slower? We'll have to see. The Gyro Ball is not enough. Dragapult's still alive. And it can deal some damage. We've seen it. Will it get another crit? There goes the high jump kick. Will it land? It's not very effective, but oh my, it does a lot of damage. It wasn't even a critical hit. It just did the damage. There goes the Mew. Going for a Swift doesn't affect the Dragapult, so it's still alive and gets to attack again. The Sylveons just can't take this Pokemon down. You have to remember, this was their the first Pokemon out for the Freakshows. There goes the Air Cutter, another high critical hit ratio move. It was another crit. Mew on 14 HP. There we go. Mew goes for the Dark Pulse and now finally do it. They finally got rid of this Dragapult, but it was all over the battle. You have to imagine Dragapult might have nearly swept through this entire team if the Sylveons didn't use Whirlwind to force out Celebi. Yeah, I mean, it looked like Dragapult could have just handled the entire team. Here comes Suicune now for the Freakshows, and it's going to take a miracle for the Sylveons to get past it. There goes a Fire Pledge against the Water Pokemon, so not the best move to use. Not very effective. Suicune now. Gonna go for the Dragon Darts. Ironically, Dragapult's signature move. And it gets a crit as well. Oh, the critical hits coming from the Freakshows. And the Sylveons will lose that match. That puts both of these teams at 1-1 on the season. So they start off a bit even. That rhyme was not meant to happen, but it did. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the match, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Metronome Madness League. Also, make sure you check out my solo runs. I'm currently doing solo runs through Fire Red with Gen 4 Pokemon. It's an interesting concept. Make sure you check it out. And again, thanks for watching. I will catch you next time.